The Steadfast Tin Soldier by Hans Christian Andersen. Published by Cloud Classroom. Part 2. The tin soldier was standing up to his neck in water, and deeper sank the boat, and softer grew the paper. Now the water was over his head. He was thinking of the pretty little dancer, whose face he should never see again, and there sounded in his ears, over and over again, "Forward, forward, soldier bold. Death's before thee, grim and cold." The paper came in two, and the soldier fell, but at that moment he was swallowed by a great fish. Oh! How dark it was inside, even darker than in the tunnel, and it was really very close quarters. But there the steadfast little tin soldier lay full length, shouldering his gun. Up and down swam the fish, then he made the most dreadful contortions, and became suddenly quite still. Then it was as if a flash of lightning had passed through him, the daylight streamed in, and a voice exclaimed, "Why, here is the little tin soldier." The fish had been caught, taken to market, sold, and brought into the kitchen, where the cook had cut it open with a great knife. She took up the soldier between her finger and thumb, and carried him into the room, where everyone wanted to see the hero who had been found inside a fish, but the tin soldier was not at all proud. They put him on the table, and but what strange things do happen in this world. The tin soldier was in the same room in which he had been before. He saw the same children, and the same toys on the table, and there was the same grand castle with the pretty little dancer. She was still standing on one leg with the other high in the air. She too was steadfast. That touched the tin soldier. He was nearly going to shed tin tears, but that would not have been fitting for a soldier. He looked at her, but she said nothing. All at once one of the little boys took up the tin soldier, and threw him into the stove, giving no reasons, but doubtless the little black imp in the snuff-box was at the bottom of this too. There the tin soldier lay, and felt a heat that was truly terrible, but whether he was suffering from actual fire, or from the ardor of his passion, he did not know. All his color had disappeared. Whether this had happened on his travels, or whether it was the result of trouble, who can say? He looked at the little lady, she looked at him, and he felt that he was melting, but he remained steadfast, with his gun at his shoulder. Suddenly a door opened, the draft caught up the little dancer, and off she flew like a sylph to the tin soldier in the stove, burst into flames, and that was the end of her. Then the tin soldier melted down into a little lump, and when next morning the maid was taking out the ashes, she found him in the shape of a heart. There was nothing left of the little dancer but her gilt rose, burnt as black as a cinder.